Hey y'all, my name is Jessie Lynn, so everybody calls me JL, and this is my audition to become Thursday. And I am so sorry about the quality and everything. It's like 12:30 at night, and I'm downstairs in the library because I can't be upstairs in my room because my brother sleeps right next door, I guess. What would you call that? The room next? I don't know. Anyways, he sleeps right there, and my mom sleeps right down the hall, so I can't really talk in my room, and so my dad was nice enough to let me go downstairs, and the quality's terrible in here, so sorry about that. I am 16 years old, and I am from the USA, and I am Team Switzerland. I managed to read the books in 4 days in the middle of finals, and it was just a mess, and I'm seriously surprised I passed my sophomore year. It was ridiculous. And throughout those 4 days, I changed from Team Edward in Twilight because he's dazzling, sparkling, and wonderful. And why wouldn't you be Team Edward? There was no other team besides like Team Newton or something. And so I was Team Edward. And then I read New Moon, not the next day, but the day after that, because my mom wouldn't let me buy the other books for the longest time. And so I read New Moon, and I got to know Jacob a little bit more, and I started liking him as a guy. I mean, he was cool. He was Bella's best friend or whatever. I mean, he was trying to be something more, but it was still awesome. So I became Team Switzerland a little bit, and then Eclipse came along, and it was super awkward, and it worked, though, and everything was just decent, I guess. Not exactly perfect, but it was decent, and then Breaking Dawn was like, okay, everything's over. Jacob's happy, Edward's happy, Bella's happy. It's all good. So, yeah, I'm Team Switzerland. And my favorite character would have to be Seth, because he is just the perfect character. He's a werewolf that loves vampires. I mean, the entire series before that, he was here. Werewolves will kill vampires and eat them or whatever, and vampires, though they're indestructible, werewolves are their natural enemies, and so they hate each other, basically. And so Seth was kind of cool. He became like the little brother nobody wanted, but everybody fell in love with, and it was just awesome, I guess. And so I just started falling in love with Seth a little more. So yeah, I love Seth. And my favorite book, as you probably already guessed, was New Moon, because you got to see different parts of people than you did before. Edward, you got to see the darker, more protective, more faithful Edward, I guess. He left Bella in the beginning to protect her and left her brokenhearted, and it was just the most terrible thing that you would never expect Edward to do, and left her depressed for like months upon months, and those 3 or 4 pages always make me cry. No matter when I've read it or how many times I've read it, because I've read it like 20 times, I still cry like a baby. And then at the end, he's like, Bella's dead, there's no life for me anymore, and he like goes off and tries to kill himself and stuff, and then Jacob turns from this weird little kid to like this awesome guy who builds motorcycles and cars and is a werewolf actually, and then Bella, who turns from this shy, clumsy girl to still kind of shy and clumsy, but she's more sure of herself, like of who she is as a person, and she's able to stand up for herself a heck of a lot more than she did in Twilight, and also without New Moon, the rest of the series would not make sense. I mean, you could start with New Moon, and it would kind of not make sense, but you do it. But you can't read Eclipse and Breaking Dawn going straight from Twilight. You just can't. You can't. Skip the book. So I like New Moon that reason. And why should I be Thursday? Well, I'm a senior in high school, so I don't really have much to do because teachers are pretty lenient nowadays, and so homework's not going to be an issue, and I don't have a job, and I'm always on the computer doing something. So Thursday's a pretty open day for me, and so, yeah, and I've always wanted to be on a Collab channel since I knew they existed, and it's just been this really cool idea for me. Please consider me for Thursday, and I will see you all later. Ciao!